Far in the dark corners of unknown space exists Fundament, a planet consisting of 52 moons and hundreds of intelligent species, but it wouldn't be remembered for these attributes. Instead, it will be remembered for the presence of three insignificantly feeble sisters and their pact. Their homeworld collided with Fundament eons ago, their life brief and harsh in the inhospitable environments of the planet. Our story today focuses on the continent called the Osmium Court, ruled by the Osmium King. The king was nearing his final days. He grew insane by prophecies of the coming cataclysm, locking himself into observing orbital alignments of the moons of Fundament. He fathered three daughters. Orash, the eldest and closest to her father, she hungered for knowledge and the mysteries of the universe, for which she was the only one. Her father shared the coming cataclysm. Sathona was the wisest, who desired to mother many while living a long life and influencing her kin. Zyro was the bravest and headstrong of the three sisters, who wished to grow into strength and conquer other continents and adversaries. Their fertile mother and teacher, Teok, saw the daughters unfit to rule after their father and planned to overthrow them. She invited the rival kingdom, the Helium Drinkers, to overthrow the Osmium Core. They succeeded in doing so and murdered the Osmium King. The three sisters narrowly escaped and swore a promise to reclaim their throne. Orash was able to decipher her father's prophecies into a syzygy, where all 52 moons of Fundament would align to create a massive tidal wave, the God Wave, which would bring about the end of all on Fundament. The king's insanity and prophecies were whispered to him by his worm familiar that washed up to the continent's shores. It was dead, but held the ability to whisper into the thoughts of its keeper. The worm whispered the words of the witness, first to the king, and now to Sathona, for she took her father's worm before escaping. They fed on her fears and her pride to influence her decisions. The worm now directed Sathona, who guided her sisters to the Needle, a ship of unknown origin. Zyro desired to sell the Needle and hire mercenaries to reclaim her home, but Orash demanded to repair it and use it. Sathona agreed, for the Whispers desired so. Little did the siblings know, the beckon to the deep and the God Wave was one of darkness, aroused to place fear in the hearts of the sisters, for had they waited, they would have been chosen by the light. They descend to the depths of Fundament, where they encounter the Leviathan, a disciple of the Traveler, forewarning the sisters to dive further and that the choice between the sky and the deep lies in their judgment. They dismiss the Leviathan's call and proceed to dive deeper. Deep in the ocean, the sisters encounter the enormous worms who drew power from darkness itself. Yol, the honest worm, Ear, the keeper of order, Zol, will of the thousands, Ur, the ever-hunger, and Akka, the worm of secrets. Claiming they have existed within these depths for over a millennia, trapped by the Leviathan, they called many, but none answered, until now. They offered the three sisters immortality if they would allow themselves to host worm within them. The sisters agreed to the pact. Zyro took the Night Morph and became Zivu Ora, the Hive god of war. Sathona took the Mother Morph and became Savatun, the Witch Queen. Lastly, Orash took the King Morph and became Oryx, the King of the Hive. The three siblings would then return to their home and spread the worms among their people, beginning their campaign of destruction and signifying the birth of the Hive. As always, thank you for making it this far. These videos are made with tremendous passion, love and creativity and would benefit me greatly if you would like or subscribe for more. My last video was the first episode of Guardian Tales, an episodic series where I will explore the unique stories people like you imagine for their guardians. I'm super excited for part 2, which is in the works right now, and I can't wait to share it soon. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters for believing in me, starting with Forerunner tier featuring Frostlace and It's Nova, Almighty tier featuring 19 and Zerthorn. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll be seeing you next week.